Hello, patrons, and welcome to the October 2016 Patreon monthly exclusive video. Those really do never get easier to say. Coming at you, I'd say live. This video is live, but you're getting it pre-recorded. Coming at you from the new place. We released a video a few weeks ago, like two and a half weeks ago, here on Patreon that kind of gave a quick little tour and also explains that we got a place to rent, which is really cool. So we're doing this. This is the first monthly exclusive video proper that's taking place in our new place, and we don't live here yet, but we're getting close, which is exciting. And I'm going to be talking more about that in this video. So I'm actually having Mal record with my phone, and I wrote down all the things I needed to talk about on her phone. That way I can upload it straight to you. First up, let's talk about the things that happened in October. Morning Mario changed, and it changed in a very big way, and it changed in a way that, honestly, originally I didn't even think we could do, because people have been talking on Morning Mario about how things could be better, because up to this point, Morning Mario has been random. It has been completely random levels, and that's good in the sense that it's fair, but it's bad in the sense that sometimes you get levels that aren't very good. And it can be not very good for a variety of reasons. It could either be that no effort was put into it whatsoever. It could be that the level is so difficult. I mean, so excruciatingly difficult, which can be entertaining to a point, but then can also be just really, really frustrating. The other types of levels that people really hate to watch are troll levels. People hate watching troll levels. I mean, I'm sure there are a subset of people that enjoy watching them, but they're not extremely fun to watch. They're not extremely fun to play. So we needed to come up with a change, and I went to Chaz, and I was like, Chaz, could we make a system where like people can submit and also rate levels? And he's like, yeah. So Chaz did his Chaz magic, and then it just appeared. So now we have morningmario.com, and the way the system has changed is that the community is actually rating the levels, and the highest rated ones are the ones I've played. And so far, the system seems to be working pretty well. I have a huge spreadsheet of them. I can sort them by how they're rated, and then whenever I go to record, I'm recording like a week of stuff at a time, like on the weekends before the next week comes around. And I'll record 5 episodes, and I just go and look for the highest rated ones that have also been rated multiple times, and that's the new system. Anyway, it's working, and I'm really fond of it. And if you haven't already checked it out, you should go over to morningmario.com and rate some levels or submit some levels. It's really cool, and it's I'm happy with the changes. Anyway, also my voice is like really. It's still kind of raspy from Extra Life, which is something I'll talk about in a minute. Also, we got hit by a hurricane. We're fine. There's not really anything to talk about there. There's going to be the next vlogs that come out are kind of like the aftermath. Everything is mostly fine. One of the really big things that happened in October is Dan moved here. It was something that we knew had kind of been planned for quite some time. And he finally moved here, and it's really exciting because Dan's here, and I love Dan. But then also he's been doing some stuff for me, which I'll talk about soon, and it's awesome. It's really good. I'm so glad that he moved here for both reasons. Steph and Steve visited. We had a lot of fun with them. In fact, we did like everything, man. Like they were here for a week, and we gave them probably the most definitive welcome to the South, you've never been here before, let us show you all the things tour that we have ever done. We've had friends visit the Southeast over the years, whether it was the first time here or not, and we've done things, but I don't think we've ever done this much stuff. We did a lot while they were here, and we saw a lot of really, really cool things. I'm excited for those vlogs to come out. Obviously, vlogs are behind, but when they come out, you'll get to enjoy them. Seriously, really, really awesome stuff. Now, unfortunately, because we did so much, we didn't record any video game content with them. I know that we had talked about maybe doing a first 20 with Steve or something, and that did not happen. So there's nothing going to be coming out on Steven Plays with them, but they're in the vlogs for an entire week, and we had a lot of fun with them. We did Extra Life, which just finished up a few days ago. Extra Life was a ton of fun. You guys helped raise $14,000, which was so much more than I thought we were going to get. After the event started, like before the event started, I was really nervous. You guys know that we did, I had asked you guys in, I think last month, if we should do Game Boy and Game Boy Color or also include Game Boy Advance. I ultimately decided to include Game Boy Advance. I am glad that I did because most of the games that were donated for were Game Boy Advance. But even before the event started, I was still a little worried, like, oh man, $10,000, that's a lot of money. We got there last year, but that was N64. People love N64, you know, it's going to be harder to do it on handheld. But we got there. And after just a little bit and saw how fast the money was rolling in, I was like, holy crap, we're going to get to 10,000. It's going to be easy. But then I was like, you know, we'll probably maybe get like 11, you know, maybe 12,000. So to suddenly be at $14,000 was just an incredible experience. So I'm really glad that we were able to do that. I've already been contacted by the coordinator that does Extra Life for our hospital. And she was like, you know, thank you guys so much. You have done a phenomenal job. You know, congratulations and thank you, thank you, thank you. So it was really cool to hear from her. Now, because we did Extra Life, Mal and I have been dead. You know, anyone that saw the day before Extra Life knows that we did a test stream at like 6 in the morning. And we got almost no sleep leading up to Extra Life. I think we had like 3.5 hours of sleep. Then we did Extra Life, and we streamed for 19 hours, a little over 19 hours. So we've had a really hard time recovering. It's only been a few days, and we have not gotten enough sleep. We're still trying to get stuff done, but then also pick up the pieces. So we love Extra Life. It's really fun, and it's a good cause, but it's also something that I don't think we could do more than one time a year because it really kills us. Anyway. Another thing that happened during Extra Life, if you didn't see Extra Life, I'm going to get it up on YouTube soon. I'm going to actually talk about it. I forgot to make a bullet point about that, but I'm going to do that now. Now we're good. One of the things that happened during Extra Life was that Chaz and Jeff got engaged. Not like during Extra Life, not like, you know, there's these video games in the background. But yeah, they are now engaged. They're going to be getting married. Which is awesome. Chaz and Jeff are some of my best friends, so to see them, you know, happy and to have each other is really, really awesome. So I don't know when that's going to go down as far as like a celebration, but it seems likely that it'll be sometime next year. So there will be like a wedding or a celebration or something going down, and we'll be there. No matter what, we will absolutely be there. And then the final thing that happened in October was that we rented a house, and I'm in it. There's some problems with it, but we're trying to get them solved, mostly with plumbing. I don't know if we talked about it on the last video. We've been talking about it mostly on Discord. But the last people that lived here that rented were plumbers. Before they left in the middle of the night, by the way. And they did all these terrible things to this house. But one of the things they did is they kind of sabotaged things. They completely removed pipes. Like there are pipes missing. That is bizarre, but there are pipes missing. There are pipes that leak. There's a bunch of other things wrong, and we're in the process of getting that stuff solved. There was actually a plumber supposed to come today, and the plumber was supposed to call us, and the landlord's the one that set all this up, and we're talking to her, and the plumber never called, and it was like 3 or 4 o'clock, and Mal's like, I'm gonna call this plumber. So Mal calls the plumber, and the plumber's like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that, and I'm like, oh god. The first plumber that came to look at everything was going to charge an astronomical price. It's not that we have to pay that, but it didn't seem right. And we told the landlord, and she's like, that's crazy for what they have to do. They just have to do this and this. Like they don't have to, there's no reason it should cost, you know, $600 to do all this stuff. But then the guy that Mal called today was like, oh yeah, I kind of remember. I'm like, okay. So he's supposed to be here in the morning, and we're going to be here in the morning before we head out. Which takes me into the next bullet point. What's happening in November? Well, the first thing that's happening is that we are going to Wisconsin/Minnesota. We leave tomorrow. This is being recorded on November 1st, and you guys are getting it, hopefully, November 2nd. And on November 2nd, we are going to Wisconsin and Minnesota. We're going because Mouse Family's having a reunion.
It's not an
It's
official
not
reunion.
a reunion. It's an impromptu reunion. You can't tell me it's not that. It's that they one of the Mouse cousins is going to school up there. Their college is having like a family weekend, so Mouse Family is going, and Mark and Rhonda were like, "You guys should come." We'll actually. I think they're the ones that took care of the trip. They said, "We'll actually take care of the trip if you guys can come up here." And we're like, okay, if you'll do that, then yeah, we'll definitely try and make it up there. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to be there from tomorrow, which is Wednesday, until Monday. So we're going to be there quite a while. So if you can imagine how we felt coming off of Extra Life and being like completely run down, and then knowing that we're leaving on Wednesday, and we had all this work to accomplish and get like a week ahead, it's been interesting. But yeah, that's happening. Today, You're in the Movie started back. It's just a short 2-episode thing, but it's fun. If you like Alex and Haley, they're in it. It's enjoyable. It's funny. It's a bad game. It's a very very bad game. It's mostly bad because the technology that is used is bad. The webcam is low resolution, and also the cutout studio does not work very well. But it's got its own humor. Limbo and Inside are going to be starting. That's what's going to replace Here in the Movies. We haven't started recording it yet, which means that when we get back from Minnesota, we're going to have to record that. So it's going to be at the wire, but that's when we're going to do Limbo, and then after Limbo is going to be Inside. The other thing is that I've been in talks with the coordinator for Extra Life for our hospital, and last year we were trying to visit, and it never worked out. And a lot of it didn't work out because Mal was still teaching at the time, and we could only possibly visit on the weekends, and it never worked out. So now that Mal's schedule is more open, I've been talking to her, and it seems like we should be able to actually make this work. So fingers crossed, this year, after Extra Life, we can finally go up there and see the hospital. So that if that happens, it's probably going to happen in November. The other big thing, and this is a pretty big thing, I ordered a MacBook. I've been waiting for Apple to unveil their new MacBook Pros. It's been rumored to be happening for a long, long time, and I got one. And the reason we got one is that the laptop that we have now is from 2009, so it's going on, I guess next year it'll be 8 years old. And the laptop is so old that it won't even play the vlog footage that we shoot, let alone edit the vlog footage that we shoot. So currently we have no way to edit on the go. And that's kind of a problem. So we decided to get this MacBook, and what really pushed me over the edge to get it was the fact that, yes, it was going to be a laptop, but also it's better than my Hackintosh. It's a better computer. Like, it's more powerful in every single way. So since it's more powerful, not only am I going to be using it as a laptop, it's actually just going to become my desktop for the next however long, because it outperforms my Hackintosh. So it's going to take a few weeks to arrive. We'll be moved in here by then. But when it finally arrives, that'll be my new desktop. And the cool thing about it is that by having everything in that one computer, I can work here as a desktop. And if we have to go on a trip, I take the laptop. All the files are already on it. Like, I can just unplug it, go, and I'm still editing exactly what I was editing before. That's what pushed me over the edge to actually get the thing. So we can finally edit on the go again, which is really thrilling, because up to this point, for like this entire year since we got the new vlog camera, we haven't been able to. Also, earlier I mentioned that Dan had been, Dan moved here, and then we were going to let him work on some stuff. I did. And I knew that I wanted to start him off with the hardest thing I could possibly think of, which was the heist, the GTA Online heist. So I did. Today, he finished them. Well, the first one. There's heists 4 and 5, and he finished number 4. I've watched through all of it with him. It's going to be a 3-episode heist. It's fantastic. He did a really wonderful job, and he's going to get started on the 5th heist while we are in Minnesota. So as far as when the 4th heist is going to start debuting, I'd say not this Saturday, but next is probably when it'll come out. But if not, it will definitely be out in November, and they'll probably just come out every single Saturday until they're done. So that's exciting. The second to last thing I want to talk about for November is a schedule change, and this is probably not going to make a lot of people happy. You guys are understanding because you guys are awesome, but the general public a little less so. There's going to be a schedule change. Instead of because we're trying to get all this stuff ready for Minnesota, we have everything recorded except for next Monday. Next Monday is when would be a The Walking Dead episode. That's when chapter 4 of season 2 would start. I've decided what we're going to do is on that day we are going to start releasing the Extra Life videos. So you're still going to get, on Monday, there's still going to be Morning Mario, there's still going to be Memorable Moments, but at the 12 o'clock slot where you would get Walking Dead, you're going to get some portion of the Extra Life stream. And then the next day, it's going to be the same thing. And I'm going to do that for an entire week. And you might be saying, well, that's a lot of stuff. Is there a particular reason? Yes. It's because we are moving, which is my next bullet point. Mal got the internet changed over. We have an appointment to get the internet moved from our place to here, and it's going to happen next Wednesday, and we have to live here at that point. If I don't have internet, I cannot work. So we are not going to have everything moved over, but we're going to bring the computers over, we're going to bring over a air mattress, and we're going to essentially live here. And then we're going to make a mad dash to move everything over in the next week or so after that. So in order to give myself some breathing room, I'm pretty much canceling the 12 o'clock content for the entire week.
Oops.
I saw your finger drift in front of the thing. I'm like, you okay?
I'm getting uncomfortable.
I saw, in order to make sure that we have time to do that, and also to just give myself a break to breathe after Extra Life and this trip, I'm just canceling all the 12 o'clock stuff for the entire week and releasing Extra Life videos. I know people aren't going to be like super excited about that, but I need it. I really do, because all that stuff's done. I just have to release it. So I'm going to release that. So you're going to have Extra Life recordings. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet. I don't know if I'm going to release a few each day or just release one and then start releasing them the week after in addition to stuff. I don't know. But it's going to give me a chance to like breathe and move in here, and that's something I really need. So there's going to be content. It's just not going to be what people probably want to see. And then my final bullet point for November was we're moving in here next week, which is true. We should start, sleeping here, living here, Wednesday of next week, which is really cool. And then finally, what's happening in the future? I already said before, Alex and Haley are visiting for New Year's. The update for that is that Chaz and Jeff may also be visiting, which is cool. One of our friends thinks that they might be able to get us a beach house for free, and if so, Chaz and Jeff could stay there, but then also we could all kind of party there on New Year's, which would be really neat. And then finally, we are visiting Emil. We are going to be visiting Emil in early December for just a few days. Not sure exactly of the details of that. We may go at the tail end of the Runaway Guys recording session, so we can also see Tim and John, or we may just go and see Emil and Masay. I have no idea, but for a few days, early December, we're going to be there. Finally, we'll give you a quick little update to the house. Mal, are your arms completely
Oh, yes. Dead? I am so uncomfortable. You take that.
Poor Mal. Thank you for being a trooper and holding that. I really do appreciate that. I asked Mal if she would hold that for me, and she did. You're great. We had some McDonald's.
Because that's all it was open at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it is late. We've been, as I said before, we've been very, very busy, and we have eaten all of our food at this point. I think the only thing we have left is we don't have any sides. We only have
like frozen chicken and fish, but we don't have any sides.
Yeah, so we decided to go out and get McDonald's. Not the best thing, but it was open, and I didn't want to have Waffle House again.
I forgot something here I had to get.
And we had to come back here. Okay, so I know you guys have seen all this, but the update, is that there's stuff on the fridge now. Mal's moved all the stuff from the fridge.
That's it.
That's it. That's all the update. I don't think... Well, nothing was here when I did the last video for Patreon. So all of this, everything is new, really. That stuff's there. We brought over the microwave.
Your mother cleaned this entire kitchen.
My mother is a saint.
Oh my God. She cleaned the inside of I was going to say microwave.
Yeah, that's a very large microwave.
We pulled out the stove and she about electrocuted herself. That
She
big
does.
plug.
She does need to be careful.
We did the same thing under the fridge.
So there's some stuff here now, so you can kind of see more of like what it would look like. Oh wow, you even got that in there.
You were here when I did that.
I don't remember. I've been a little scatterbrained to say the very, very least.
Like all my spices are here.
Yeah.
The only thing we're missing are pots and pans, the main ones I use, and then cups and plates and silverware.
Otherwise, we got that there. So this stuff's here. The kitchen table is here, which is cool. We got some of this stuff here. We got drawers here, and those.
Because that makes the dresser lighter.
And the D&D tables here. You know what's so interesting to me? I posted a picture of this to our D&D group on Facebook, but like, look how small the D&D table is compared to the room. Like in our current apartment, when that D&D table's out, it's taking up the entire room. Mm-hmm. There's space. It's really fantastic. Is there anything really back here now?
Yeah. Oh my God. This is here.
Oh yes. Yeah, we have a washer and dryer now. That was a gift from my parents.
The dryer starts randomly. I think
What?
I figured it out though.
That's concerning.
It has these two weird dots, and if it's sitting on start and it finishes a cycle, it'll like time through the not running cycle, and it'll get to this and then just start back. So you have to make sure you turn it to off.
Interesting. Yeah, this was a gift from my parents. I wish they wouldn't have done that, but
I know.
But you can't stop them. And then this, I think we talked about it on the last video, but this is going to actually be the office, which probably doesn't look like it because there's like drawers full of clothes and stuff.
I
but
figured when we start moving stuff, we'll be putting stuff in the living room.
yeah,
So this can stay like, because I had to unpack my clothes to pack for Wisconsin.
sure.
And these are my clothes.
Look, it's our D&D map. We still have all that stuff. We got a lot of board games. Those will probably ultimately wind up in the living room on a shelf, but.
I moved all my clothes.
Mal's got her big walk-in closet, and eventually the mics are going to sit in there.
And we got that. We bought that.
We bought a shower curtain, correct.
This is one of the leaky sinks that leaks.
Yeah. And then otherwise, the only other thing I think to show is...
both bedrooms up there have stuff in them.
Oh yeah, I guess...
And stuff in the closet.
So here, this is going to be our bedroom. And this isn't attached to the wall or anything. Once I get it attached to the wall, then we'll be good. But we didn't want to attach it to the wall quite yet because our plan is to bring in our other dresser and put it here. So it's going to be crowded in here and we know it, but that's all right.
This is your closet.
Neat.
You have a lot of clothes too.
Are you sure you're not going to be perturbed, like walking across the house to get your clothes?
I have robes and I can always like bring something over in the morning.
Okay, sure.
I wanted to show this.
What
Because we have no working sinks, because this one leaks too.
Yeah.
We've been like washing our hands in the tub.
Yeah.
And this thing was broken, and our landlord bought a replacement, but it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So we went and got a replacement, and the landlord said the plumber that came first to check on things, the one that wanted an astronomical amount of money, wanted $200 to replace that.
And
it took me 5 minutes.
Mal did it herself. So the landlord loves us now, which is nice. And then finally, the room that is most complete, because honestly it is complete.
It needs like two things.
Sure. Is Mal's studio. Mal's studio is all set. And I guess that's a
spoiler because it comes out Saturday.
Anyone who's a patron of Mal's already seen it, but everyone else, there you go. That's
Oops.
that's the Harvest Moon painting that's going to be coming out. But the room is set up in a really, really great way. It's going to be changed a little bit. This was just kind of a temporary thing. Eventually, we're going to have fabric on both sides, and Mal's going to put her canvas more like in the corner, and then she can kind of use this entire space, and ultimately, hopefully, even like be able to stand up and walk around.
Yeah, because that would be nice.
So, we got a little more work to do in here, but this is the most complete room because Mal painted that entire thing in here.
Yep.
This was not something that moved. She started and finished in here, even though we had barely moved in. But yeah.
Like the only thing we need to do yet is I want to get a bookshelf to keep all my stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
And like redo the backdrop because that's not big enough now.
Yeah. Mal's got all of her paints and canvases and stuff in there.
Sewing machine and stuff.
So yeah, that's a little update for everything. Like I said, it's a work in progress, but we are leaving tomorrow. We're gonna get back Monday afternoon, and then Wednesday is next Wednesday. So from the time you guys get this, a week. That's when the internet guy is going to come and make the internet work here, which is officially like cannot live at the other place anymore, must move. So it's kind of good because it forces me to move, I guess.
That's why I did it.
Is that really why you did it?
Yeah, that's why. Like every day for the last weeks, Steven's been like, "I need scissors." I'm like, "It's at the new place." I need this. It's at the new place.
Well, you in my defense, you probably shouldn't have moved the scissors. We've needed the scissors multiple times.
It's over there next to the Keurig.
Maybe we should take them home.
No.
Anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's the monthly update video, and as always, thank you guys so much for continuing to support us. I hope I made it clear in the last video where we got the house, but like, you made this possible. Seriously, the support that we get on Patreon is necessary. I'm going to use that word because it's very specific. It is necessary to be able to move into a place like this and have this much space. So we appreciate it, and we're not going to let you down.
We can record at the same time.
We're going to utilize this space to create more stuff, basically.
I mean, look at this kitchen. Can you see Mal cooks?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I know.
We're not in here yet, but yes, we're gonna do our best to continue to create for, if we can, years to come, and this is going to be a really good step up from what we've been working with, and I'm really excited about it. So anyway, thank you for watching and thank you for supporting, and I guess stay tuned because very soon we're going to be moving in here. I wish I could say that there were more vlogs coming out, but I have spent all of my time trying to prepare Steven Plays content for this week. So if anything comes out, it will only be like one or two things, if that. So you have to stay tuned for the vlogs, but at least you kind of know what's going on in our lives, so that's good. Anyway, that's it. I recorded this entire thing in one take on my phone, so I guess I need to hit the button. Are you cold?
It's freezing in here.
It's 72.
I'm freezing.
Well, maybe you should put on a jacket.
We're leaving.
Oh.